Holler. What's up, guys? What's up, guys? Let me charge my headphones here. Give me just a second. There's that. How are you guys doing? Holy smokes. We're going to cook today. We're going to cook. Trying to get started a little earlier today than usual. That was the goal here. Usually we wouldn't stream at all on a Tuesday if we do virtual red band, which, heads up, we may do virtual red band. If that is the case, we're going to transfer everybody over to Pop Our Red Band whenever we're done. Get that on here. Bring this around here. Here. Like that. And there's that. All right. Guys, please like the video if you haven't yet. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Let's have a quick word from our sponsors, and then we're going to go get started. I've already got the chops on the counter. We are going to do simple southern vittles. What's up, Jade? Welcome to you. A word from El Sponsors. Guys, if you're not seeing the camera right now, that means that it's time to have a word from our sponsors. If you don't know what having a word from our sponsors means, well, I'll give you 3 guesses. I bet after this you'll only need one. Oh my goodness. What's up, beer? What's up, everybody else? That'll be fine. We can leave that in here. Hope y'all are doing well. Hope all is going right for you. I had my first therapy session today. Went well. Okay, now bring that over to lock it into place, and then bring this guy over here. To give you guys the view from up top. And there's that. Cool. And I'm going to have this here ready to plug in when I need it. But until I need it, let me... Uh-oh. There we go. And there's the solution to the wobble. We got it. What's up, Jesse? What's up, everybody else? Guys, like this video. If you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't yet, went to the Dollar General and grabbed a beverage for beverages. Not a sponsor, just a fan. And some chicken broth for the gravy. So we got a, oh boy. The little ring came off with the bottle cap. I don't think you're supposed to do that. Ooh, that's a nice fizz from that wild cherry Pepsi. That's a nice fizz we got there. So I am gonna need some rice. I'm gonna need some butter. I'm gonna need some heat on that cast iron. I would normally have gotten everything set up prior to this, but we're just shooting from the hip today, y'all. We are early. We're doing an early stream. I would like for some of you to keep an eye on the Discord. If any of you guys see Red Man, send the bat signal. Please keep me posted on that, because I won't be able to keep up with it as well as you guys. So if you could just let me know. Oh shit. It's like, the fuck is this? Somebody making like an air horn announcement outside? It's like just somebody's music really loud. Okay. So get the rice cooker ready to go. If we wanted some green beans and corn, we got a can of each of those left. But for now, oh, okay, I see what happened here. There's two of these things were stuck together. Delicious. All right. A little parchment down here. Gripping the corners. And so let's get this guy. The last time I did this, I wanted to thaw these guys out because they're so huge. I'm gonna pull that off. That, there's some extra, like a couple of shards on there that I don't want down in my gravy at the end. I mean, these are monstrous chops, dude. Monstrous chops. I'm just getting rid of all of the, if there's like any, like weird little shards of bone that could break off, which this is usually not the case here. But whoever butchered these, didn't do a great job. And that's fine. That's probably why these were cheap. There we go. You just come off of here, dude. We don't need you there. There we go. All right, we got that. All those little pieces like that. And this, yeah, All right. And the rest of these are all right. I'm just going through and I'm peeling off, like I'm touching everywhere bone is on these, and I'm pulling off any little shard that I don't want to end up in my gravy. Okay. That's enough. Let me toss this. How are you guys doing out there? Everybody doing all right? I'm gonna go hang out tomorrow for Kill Tony. I just remembered I got to text Yoni back. Told him I was going to come to the shows tomorrow. He said that's fine. Just remind him today. And I didn't think about it until just now, so I got to remind him. Oh yeah. All right. So now let's go ahead and get this skilleting. Let's let the skillet. This last little slab of butter in here. Go ahead and get started with that. I don't know that necessarily I would be against letting the pan get hot first. But I'm ever since the other day when we put butter down on the hot pan and it left like I had to clean the pan twice, but we salvaged it. I cleaned it yesterday and got it back where I wanted it. So now the whole bottom of the pan is oiled. The whole bottom of the pan is oiled. So I want to get that butter. Let me know when it's hot. So we're going down first with the seasoned salt, obviously. Hitting it with that cracked black pepper. Got that. And then come in with the garlic powder. Oh, did y'all see that? And the onion powder. And I always like to show you guys, I season good. That's how much seasoning we want on these. Here's a thumbnail. So this butter is already hot and ready to go down. And I'm just making this to where it'll be clean after we get done with it, no matter what. And yeah, to that, I'm just gonna pat these guys down. And there ain't no telling, we might end up doing these 2 at a time, which is probably how it'll have to go. That's all right. So that skillet is hot now, the butter is melted. Now I'm just gonna let it get higher in the temperature range. So now it's definitely ready for heat. I mean, ready for meat, not heat. The heat is ready for the meat. We're gonna go ahead and get this guy going on low. And there we go. We got that down. The cooking has begun officially. All right. Drop that guy down there. Now I need measuring cup. And for rice, I always make too much rice. We're not making that mistake this time. Two cups is plenty. Yep. 2 cups. I'm gonna go ahead and measure out 2 cups of water, so I got that ready for when I need it. That's something that I do. If you measure out how much rice you got, go ahead right after and measure out the same amount of water, because you might forget. You might not, but if you're prone to forgetting, get that out of the way to start with. Okay. We're gonna play some games tonight one way or the other. Either we're playing Virtual Red Band tonight or we're playing Oblivion tonight. I'm getting near the end of Oblivion. There's not a whole lot more I can do. And as I understand, I don't believe that Oblivion is as open world as like Skyrim is. So after you beat the game, I don't think you can continue to play. Or maybe that's incorrect. Maybe I'm mixing that up with another game. Maybe that's Fallout New Vegas I'm mixing that up with. But is Oblivion open world? Does anybody who's in here right now know? Will I be able to continue to do things after I finish the main storyline? The rice has been washed enough. For 2 cups. All right. Give this rice a good shake in here to get it evened out. Rice cooker going. How are y'all doing out here? Hell yeah, dude. My wife will be happy with me. Good. What's up, Emru? What's up, Kratos? Can of corn. Oh, I hear you, Jesse. Dude, hamburgers are like that, man. Hamburgers on a stovetop, dude, it's so much splatter. You can get one of these guys. I don't like using these. But if you get one of these guys, like a spatter guard, it just sits on top of your pan and it keeps the grease from spattering. But I like being able to see. I don't want to see it through this. Like, I mean, you can still make out what's going on, but like, imagine the whole stream through this. Like, you don't want that. I want to be able to keep my eye on what I'm cooking. Go ahead and do some prep work while we're waiting on that. Them chops to come to flipping temp. That'll make a good bit of gravy. That'll make a little bit more. These are going to be good chops. Okay. We don't really have a whole lot of dishes yet. But I'll put holy mackerel. Like the video, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. We're at 7 and 7 right now, which is nice. Appreciate that. We got our gravy mix ready to go. And somebody let me know if they see Red Band going live. I want to be sure to redirect viewers to Virtual Red Band. All right, the nose is starting to wonder if it's flipping time. Ooh, Lord. The nose knows. Lord, yes, flipping time. Check this out, y'all. I know this is what you want to see right here. Look at that. Them things looking nice, bruh. Yeah, I would say we're on high alert for a Virtual Red Band, but It could also not happen because they do have 2 Kill Tonys tomorrow. I'm sure he doesn't want to be super hungover for that. So there's a chance that there's no virtual red band tonight. Maybe he'll pop in the chat later and let us know for sure one way or the other. Oh, that's nice right there. What do you say we go have a word from our sponsors? Once again. Yeah, these pork chops are going to turn out good. I'm letting them do their thing without interruption a whole lot. Looks like the game continues after main quest line. Nice. Sweet. Thank you. Popular demand. I got a lot of compliments on the pork chops, man. And everybody was like, dude, those pork chops look so good. And I'm here to tell y'all they were. I was like, hell, let's just do it again. Let's just run it back. Hell yeah, Panic. Just so long as you don't put any truffle in those pans. Good Lord, how about that? Yeah, a lot of people, dude, were like, if you guys look through the comments of the gravy video that I made, there's like a significant amount of people that said something about, oh, you're gonna have metal flakes in your gravy, you're scraping the surface off the bottom of the pan. And I'm like, no, that just means that you guys were bad at cleaning your pans. That just means you guys were bad at cleaning your pans. And something built up on the bottom of it that you scrape off whenever you're using a metal utensil. Ooh, the smell of pork chops frying in a pan. People were asking, well, David Jolly specifically was asking, did I bread them? And no. Yeah, well, that would be rough. If instead of the sponsor, it was like, oh no. I'm going to use the thermometer on these guys to make sure we get to a good 165 because they're thick. The outside could be burnt and they can still be a little chilly on the inside, so I want to make sure that's not the case. These two look really good though. And I'm kind of looking to do that because, to be honest, the last time I cooked these pork chops, the one that was the best in my opinion was the one that got like a little extra burnt. That was the best one. So I'm trying to get all of these like that one. So these are going to, when I'm done, they're going to look burnt. But that's what I'm looking for. That's what I want. What was that? Well, now that's funny. This thing has been hanging on the wall for quite some time. My little, got a little Marshall amp looking thing. I'm a Fender guy. My sister got it for me for Christmas one year. She didn't know that I'm Fender, not Marshall loyal. But it's like got your keychain with a little guitar cable, the guitar plug in, so you like plug your keys in and you just by the door for people to keep their keys. We used to use it when we first moved in, but then we just stopped shortly after because oh hell yeah. Check this out. We're going to give that spot right there a little bit more. Yeah, they were really awesome. What's up, Sean? They were really awesome until yeah, either the little wire that holds on your key ring broke. Oh yeah. Let me see what kind of temp we're working with on this guy in the middle here. I am listening. Whoa. Bringing back to whoa. All right, those two are ready to come off. And that means this guy and this guy are ready to go on, and we'll just reposition them however we need to make them fit. These are coming together quickly today. A lot quicker than ever. What's up, Guy? These are coming together a bit quicker than they usually do. Check these out right here so far. Are you listening? Whoa. 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 I was feeling free. Whoa. Wrap those guys up, keep them hot for now. Top off our wild cherry Pepsi while those other chops are getting comfortable with their heat. If I ever turn this into something more professional, like if this ever becomes something more than just let's cook, I think getting comfortable with the heat is a cool name. How much? I got this much chicken broth and that much beef. I'm not going to use the beef broth. I'm going to use the rest of my HEB stuff, and then also, I never had the Dollar General brand. Honestly, dude, Clover Valley, we have a Dollar General as our closest, like the closest thing to me that could be considered like a grocery store. Well, that's not true. We have a Mercado, right next, right past that. But dude, the Mercado, all of the packaged products there are so expensive. Like it's almost double what like a packaged product, like chicken broth or something like that, is almost double the price. If I get like produce from there or meats, that's pretty reasonably priced at the Mercado because they have a butcher in the back. You can choose your own steak. Yeah, I want this steak, or you know, I want 4 pounds of chicken wings or whatever have you. But that stuff is good from the Mercado. But for everything else, it's better to go to Dollar General because it's cheaper and it's usually pretty good. Clover Valley brand is not bad. I've gotten their Worcestershire sauce is good. Like the just general like sweets, their pastries, their cookies are good. So we're gonna see how the chicken broth does. Heat on that, some weight on it rather. Nice. Roll Tide, that's right. Roll Tide. I was watching a video today of our boy, Jalen Milroe. Upsetting Auburn. Auburn, they were getting comfortable. Auburn was getting comfortable in the heat. But we cranked that shit up on them at the end, 30 seconds to go. Touchdown. Some cast iron cooking. I'm so glad to hear that, guy. I love hearing when people are good at cooking or people who use cast iron. Cast iron is not an easy thing to master. I'm glad when people are doing it. I don't need this measuring cup no more. I ain't got nothing else to wash. Not really creating a lot of dishes with this, just the one pan, the plate, this big pan right here next to me, which parchment paper kept that from getting contaminated. So just a good rinse and dry is all that'll really need once I'm done with that. These things are sounding like they may want to be flipped. I'm going to resist that urge for just a second because I want to, fond? That's the word that we use for that stuff on the bottom of the pan that we want to accumulate to make really delicious and flavorful gravy. Yeah. Maybe I'll work out a way to flip them around. That way the other part, it'll be a more even sear. Talked to my dad for a little bit today after my therapy thing. Caught up with them. This means so much to me, you wouldn't know. But I'm just weird, man. I don't like going home. I like knowing that they're there. I like knowing that it's there. I don't like going home to visit like my family and stuff. I'm just not, whatever that thing is that people have in them that longs to be with their family, or like, I don't have that thing. So it just means so much to me when my dad like doesn't make the whole, and he never did it like meaning anything, but like when you coming home can just send my mind in just like a tailspin where I'm like, I don't want to tell you that I just don't want to come home. I might see you on Christmas. We may do that. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I truly don't know. But it means a lot to me that today that wasn't part of the conversation. It wasn't like, he's like, yeah, well, we're going to get out to Texas one of these days. And I say the same thing. Hey, I'm going to get back home one of these days. Like, we're all cut from the same cloth. Us Hudgens boys. We're all the same. We don't like to. My granddad was different. My granddad would go back to Alabama a couple times a year. And we would all, he'd bring us all with him. All the kids, all the grandkids, we would go back to Alabama to see the cousins. But that didn't feel like it was only for 3 or 4 days, and then we'd go back home, and then that was just two times a year. We would just go do that. It's like a day trip. You could drive it in a day. All right. Now, oh yes. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Guys, y'all are gonna love this. Look at this. Wow. That is exactly what we were looking for right there. Oh my goodness, that looks good. But yeah, my granddad was fine about that. But dude, the rest of us, we don't really leave home, man. Like, my dad, they might go up to see the grandbabies, or grandbaby in Connecticut. But he's got Nathan at the house, my nephew. So they didn't even got to go nowhere to get that grandbaby fixed now. They'll still go see my niece in Connecticut, my sister. Those are going to be good. Them's going to be nice. I'm excited for the gravy too. I'm going to go ahead and call this meal. I'm just kind of, I'm sort of rushing through it in a way. I'm not doing thyme or garlic. I'm just leaving I season the flour the same way I season the meat. So whatever it pulls, the flavor it'll pull off of the meat will have the same seasoning as what's already in the flour. Maybe one day I'll spruce it up a little bit, but I'm that it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm that it ain't broke, don't fix it mentality at this point. But yeah, I just like how it's been going. It's been going great, and I really don't see a way to improve upon that with any of the flavors that I'm comfortable with using. So maybe one day we'll see. Try it out. home here now. Bring anyone's mother into this. Dude, that thing looks so good, dude. Such a rich color. And I'll show you. You're talking about hamburgers. Anything you do, like look at my stove now. Like look at all that spatter that's all around. Like you don't see it over here. You know, it's still kind of, I mean, kind of dirty or whatever over here. But all of that spatter around the edge. Looking good though. They are looking right. Oh hell yeah, dude! Dude, that makes me happy, man. And like that's the thing, man. You grow up in the part of the world that we're from in the Southeast United States, and by Southeast United States, Florida is part of that, but the further you go into the panhandle of Florida, the further away you get from the South. As crazy as that sounds, the further south you go in Florida, the less southern it actually is. Like, and by southern, I mean like how you, like I'm not talking about geographically southern. I mean like culturally southern. When you grow up in like, you know, the bottom half of Virginia all the way through Tennessee and down to the edge of Louisiana and all that comes into that, like the original, like what was the original Carolinas. The original Carolinas, North Carolina was North Carolina, the top of Virginia, all the way over to Tennessee, and South Carolina was South Carolina, the top of Florida, all of Georgia, all of Alabama, all of Mississippi, and the edge of Louisiana. The original Carolinas, that's what they were. And a lot of people know that. That's true. You can look that up. It was called Carolina to start with, and it was that whole chunk. But then it broke into North Carolina was the smaller of the two, and then South Carolina was everything up. Anyway, in the South, if you grow up in any part of that, and that's what I count as the South. Believe how you want, but that's, in my opinion, that's what the South is. If you grow up in any of that part of the world, pork chops and gravy. Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah. Pork chops and gravy, and these southern meals that aren't necessarily healthy or good for you. That's what you grow up eating, and a lot of us just like that. I think that you for the rest of your life, the things that you like are those things that you grow up with. Like, I'm just so glad. Bro, guy, I'm telling. I also want to do, but you should. Did you Google it just now? Did you look at what it looked like? If you just type Carolina, Lana, Carolina was the largest state in the history of the country. Carolina then was bigger than Texas is now. Like, it was huge. Like, that was all, like, all of those other states that came after, like, that used to just be South Carolina, and North Carolina and Tennessee, and the top and the bottom part of Virginia was all North Carolina. I mean, I love that. I love history, which Shane Gillis is like being a history buff as early onset Republican, but what can you do? Big history guy. I bet these guys are ready to come out. Give me about 180. That's what I want these at. No, that one ain't ready yet. That one is. Trying to spread these out. This one I'm getting a little bit more burnt. Somebody literally put a line through Carolina. That's true. Somebody just literally drew a straight line through all of it and was like, all right, this is North Carolina, this is ours, and that's y'all's. Y'all can have that little swamp marshy stuff. We'll take the beautiful mountains and the beautiful weather up here. Y'all take the rest of it. We'll take a small portion of the prime landscape. But man, the beaches of Carolina and all that beautiful, all those beautiful swamplands, man. Like, a lot of people might not be so interested in stuff like that, but it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous landscape. Last pork chop's going down. And this, look at that. This is what I was looking for. I told you guys that I was all of these would look burnt at the end. This is what I meant. That's what I want. You see that? Look at all that nice, crispy char. That's what we were looking for the whole time, guys. So this pork chop's going to be done in no time. Now we can this is just a little seasoning on the edge there. Don't even need that. I got me a little piece of paper towel here. Wipe that edge off, and this thing's good to go. The parchment was not breached. You cook smart, and you don't have to clean very much. This one's going to come out good because it gets to sit in that center hot spot the whole time. So no lid. But you're talking about the history thing, man. I love whenever I refer to the South, I personally am referring to all of the states that were encapsulated by the original colony of Carolina. Like, that predates all of it. Like, I think whenever you had the original Virginia colony and you had the New England colony, and then it was Carolina. Like, those were the original, like, three large settlements in this country. And also, they did it differently. Like in the South, well, I mean in the real South. So anytime I say the South, just know that's what I'm thinking about. In the South, where I'm from, we still have Waccamaw, Wachesaw, PD. The area is still named after the indigenous tribes in that area. So what I mean is that the folks who colonized the South had made a much better deal with the indigenous people of that area. And continued to respect. Oh yeah, dude. Did y'all see that when I flipped it? They continued a nice respect and relationship with the indigenous people there. That's what you want. I grew up in the PD area. PEEDEE, the PD Indians. That's where I'm from, like actually from. Myrtle Beach is more Wachesaw, Waccamaw area. And but back home, like, there's just the history is so rich with nice cooperation between the colonizers and the indigenous. I'm just going through the pan right now to make sure that there's no shards of anything that I don't want in my gravy. Found one thing. And I'm also going to use a little bit more butter in there, so I'm putting another little slab of butter in here to take on the flavor of this pork chop, which also means this chop's going to be nice. Yes, sir. Yep. Put that back on. This guy, we can clean. We can just toss this. And the fun part, I already got the butter in this that I want. So now let me just give a nice little even sprinkle. I'm gonna put all this flour in here, dude. So now the stuff that's stuck to the bottom of the pan that the people like to complain about, that I'm going to scrape up was stuff that was just cooked on. Now, y'all know the drill. And we're going to cook it until we're sure that all of that flour taste is out of there. I'm gonna need all of this, and that's already cracked. I need to crack this open. And have it ready to go. Just keep moving it around. It's a nice dark brown color now. And that's what you want. Now here comes the fun part. Watch out. Watch your face, folks. Look at how rich and thick that is immediately, dude. You see that? This is gonna be some good gravy. Immediately. immediately it turns into the paste. Turn the rice on. Also, for the most part, I am not using the fork down to scrape. I'm using the back of the fork to just kind of, like, in all of this stuff right here that you see, everybody's like, oh, you're scraping metal flakes into the, like, no. This is like, this is just this that got stuck to the pan, you know? All of this stuff is just char that got stuck to the bottom of the pan. That's what we wanted. That's what we were looking for. I'm going to give it some more time to reduce and give this stovetop a wipe. Just a quick once over. It's already getting a film, that gravy film. So yeah, I'm using the back of the fork to do this. You're not going to agitate anything. Like, of course, in a non-stick pan, you wouldn't want to use metal at all, but all right. Give it a second to cook some of that moisture out of it. Replenish my goblet. Guys, if you haven't yet, now would be a good time to like the video. If you guys haven't done that yet. I just love the way this broth steam smells. I don't know if I'm gonna stick to my normal rules of the gravy. I did mention that I was gonna be a little quicker about doing all this stuff today, so. We'll see. I'm gonna drop the heat a tad. I'm gonna let that sizzle for a little bit longer. I'm gonna bring this guy back over here. Y'all know what me stirring gravy looks like. And this is probably a better angle for you anyhow. Let me get one of these pork chops here. I'm gonna take one off the bottom. That man a juicy pork chop right there. That's a juicy ass pork chop right there, bro. Damn, that's a juicy ass pork chop. What's up, Jason? Hell yeah. I needed a snack. And plus, there's just something about grabbing a pork chop with your hands and eating it with your teeth. That one was good, and that one was one from the bottom. That gravy film. Yeah, I'm gonna hit this with a little bit more of the broth. Gotta keep stirring. What's up, Hans? What's up, Emo? That wasn't directed at any of y'all. It's almost bubbling through the stir, which is usually my food alarm going off and saying, hey, it's time to reduce the heat. But let me give it another little bit. Y'all know me. There's no set way to do this thing. It's just you let the food's gonna cook. You just gotta let it do its thing, man. Brother, these pork chops though. That one off the bottom was so tender. Like some of the fat is a little bit of a challenge, but all the meat just pulls right apart, dude. The actual meat part is tender. But I like a good marble in the pork chop too, because that fat is all in the gravy now. And that's what you want. "10-minute timer on the rice just now." So we got 10 minutes on the rice. And dude, this gravy, I feel like I've gotten to where I could pretty much, like, the gravy will make itself at this point. I just got to stand here and give it what it asks for. Pull that heat down. We got 9 minutes of simmer left before the rice is done. And I'm gonna go ahead and pour a little of that pork chop juice in here. Done with the thermometer. You know what? Who am I kidding? I always do the same thing. I always do this. I'm always going to turn the heat back up because I feel like I need to get more liquid cooked out of it. I should stop fighting it. I'm not adding any more broth. I'm making that decision. This is the fun part. I enjoy this part. Can't you tell? Look how big I'm smiling. No, I really do enjoy this part. 5 minutes, 4 minutes. Okay, now we'll bring that heat back down to a simmer. I'm happier with the consistency it is now. I think we have gravy, guys. I think our gravy has liftoff. I think we have gravy, and in 1 minute we'll have rice. Get my bowl. Did y'all hear that? That was my shoulder. This microphone probably picked it up. It's right there. And use this guy for the rice. That's going to beat in a second. And I'm going to put a nice little slab of butter in there with the rice right now. And stir it around with this cake icing spreader. And getting it all up off the bottom. Get this butter incorporated in it good. I know you can't see it, but I'm just stirring butter and rice. There ain't nothing to see here. Kill the power on that. And get a nice little bowl. Get a nice little bowl of it ready here. Oh yeah. So, here we are. Bam. Chops are good. The gravy's good. And the rice turned out like rice. Who'd have thunk? Now that's a thumbnail. Okay. So we'll just use this guy. Kill the heat, kill the headlights and put it in neutral. Bring this pork chop plate over here. And I'm also going to bring myself a little devouring plate over here. I know this is your favorite part. Has anybody gotten virtual red band notification yet? I don't think. If we have gotten it, if we haven't gotten it yet, then it's probably not coming. And now that I think about it, like, to be honest, I doubt that Breadman is going to want to do a virtual red band a night before a pretty big Kill Tony day where they're going to be filming 2 episodes. All right. We can cut that off. Put the butter away. There's gravy. Looks good, haven't even tasted it yet. We'll find out in a minute. I'll be honest if it's, because I used a different brand of broth than I usually do. I'm not making excuses. And honestly, I'm gonna just, this butter knife's already dirty and I don't need anything strong to cut these pork chops with. Oy. All right. There's that. And okay. So once again, here's our chops and our rice and gravy. I took one off of the bottom last time. The gravy's good. I'm gonna take this one off the top this time. I'm just gonna come through here and cut this guy off the bone. And then check that out. Bro. Look at that. Oh my God. I'll be honest. I was expecting this I was setting myself up to kind of be disappointed in this. Because of how fast the process went. Like, we've only been streaming for like an hour and a half, right? Dude. I'm having a hard time finding something wrong with this. This bite, though, is going to be the best. And I've been saving it. Look at all that flavor in there. I don't know if it's worth noting because I make note of this every time. But you will notice I have yet to dip this pork chop in any condiment, gravy included. I was gonna just take a bite of this and then get into the rice and gravy, but dude, this is so good. I mean, I've eaten 2 of these pork chops so far. One you guys saw me eat right there, staring right down the barrel, staring it down, eating the pork chop. But I mean, just look at that. Look at that. Look at all that texture there. Look at all that crust on the bottom. It's cooked perfectly all the way through. The texture there, and even on the other side, there's nice texture here. It's very difficult to make something on your own like that at home that needs no additional help flavor-wise. Like, you're not gonna eat a bowl of white rice by itself. Because white rice doesn't have the flavor. It needs the gravy. It needs something. We used to do tomatoes and rice. I like tomatoes and rice. Is good. But that being said, like, dude, that pork chop really stands alone. It doesn't need any help with anything. Now, I'm sure that if there's a condiment that you like, well, a delicious pork chop is going to be a fine vessel. My buddy Bill Shadow said, you know, I don't really care for French fries, but I love ketchup. Bah! Similar tone. If you have if you love barbecue sauce, these pork chops would be delicious with it. So, that incorporation of the butter. The rice itself feels creamy. Almost like creamy is the best way to describe it. Whoa. See, here's the thing. People are like, well, why you always cook the same thing? It never comes out the same way. Like every dish that I cook is a fingerprint. Nothing before was like it, nothing after will be like it either. All of this, oh man. Bro. The rice, this rice feels better than it usually does. Is it because I haven't had rice in a little bit? I definitely did a better job this time of incorporating the butter and doing so right as it was done. One thing I usually do is I don't open the thing as soon as the beeping is over with. I usually wait a second and then I'll go and stir in the butter. Maybe I need to do that every time now, like as soon as that alarm goes off that it's done, go straight in with the butter. I made sure to scoop from the very bottom so that the butter could get to that part of the bottom and melt better. And I incorporated it through a little more. That was a good move. That might be the way from here on out. Dude. I think I have no notes for this. Like, obviously it's rice cooker rice, so it's perfect. But the gravy is perfect. And I never want this to end. Okay, so I got a bite here that doesn't have a lot of gravy on it. It's got a big, I'm gonna taste this and see like that. So even in that bite, I can taste where the gravy isn't, but still that butteriness is there. I also didn't salt. I didn't season this at all. The only thing here that is seasoned is the salted butter in the rice and what the seasoning that comes with the gravy. That's it. That's crazy good, dude. I mean, the only thing with the pork chops is that a couple of them were butchered badly, and it was like a, I mean, but dude, look at that. What more do you want than that right there? Bro. This is insane, dude. These are so good. Like, I'm literally like carving through this thing with a butter knife, dude. Like, this is crazy, right? Okay. Big bite. It is so good. Even as the pork chops sit and cool off a bit, the flavor is still very much there and not going anywhere. I'm gonna have to revisit this rice and gravy. Because I simply don't want this to end. I mean, the longer it sits, the drier it is. But that's gonna happen. The first one that I ate that was off of the bottom, that had all the juices from the ones on top of it, just sweating down on it, was surprisingly tender for how long it had been sitting in the plate. But of course, all the other chops on top of it, keeping it nice and moist down there. Ooh. I heard how that sounded. I didn't like that. But having that be the introduction to these chops was like set a very high bar. This one that just sat for a while and got a little drier is definitely drier, but it's not like when you eat something, it's like you're just tired of chewing by the end of it. This isn't that. Man, this is one of those times when you think about a dog gnawing on a bone and you just be like, I get it. I get it. I'm gonna do one more bowl of rice and gravy. This rice turned out very, very, very good. Which is not surprising because it's a rice cooker. That's what it does. It's supposed to be turning out good every time. Get that gravy with the film on it, dude. Looks like I made about the right amount of gravy too. Any word on the bat signal yet? No bat signal. I haven't been able to keep up so much. Uh-oh. No. You stay here. With no truffles, that's right. No truffles were used in this damn. This is a wholesome YouTube channel. This is a wholesome channel. Try to keep it that way, you know? Negativity can go elsewhere. There's plenty of YouTube channels that are all about that all over the internet. I'm not that. This is like people walking in here and everybody has a wrench is like the equivalent of showing up to a Waffle House during lunch break when there's just state troopers everywhere. It's like no laws are getting broken in this place. Oh man, this rice and gravy though is... Ooh. Dude, it's even better after it sat for a minute over the gravy, I mean. I was for real preparing myself earlier for it to be like not as good as it could be. But dude, this is every bit as good as it needs to be. Like, man, damn, I'm good at making gravy. I shouldn't be surprised. This is what I do. How can the thing that I do the best fail? I mean, I guess, you know, blind squirrels and all, but I shouldn't be surprised that this is like kind of perfect. I wouldn't call these streams family friendly because I definitely like this stuff is not suitable for kids. I mean, maybe the cooking stuff could be, but I still don't want I don't want to have any sort of influence over these tiny brains, you know, like they're getting, the internet is such a crazy place, dude. Like, I just don't want to have any sort of influence over like so easily moldable minds. Like that's not my thing. I want to, because I'm very instructional in how I do things that I do. But I want that to be for like people who have already got bearings in life and such. Like there's certain amount of years you need to live a life before anything I can say is going to really help you out. But honestly, I feel like I make content for old people. Like, I think that an old person would be, oh, look at this young man. He's making gravy just like we used to. I enjoy that thought. But the truth, I think that, who knows though? Maybe this content would be good. Maybe this content would be good, but I just don't want that sort of responsibility because, man, kids are just so, sponges. And they soak up every little thing that you do, and I don't want to influence anybody to, oh, I want to have words from my sponsors. I don't want that responsibility. So I guess that this content would be suitable, maybe. It's just not. I'm not recommending it. All right. Here is how we clean this. The last bit of rice. And the last bit of gravy. Okay. Uh-oh. That'll be fine. Now, these guys. One last sip. These bones. The old cake icing thing. I'm gonna dishwasher that. I'm gonna dishwasher most of this stuff because I was never one for using the dishwasher much. Living in a place that didn't have one for so long. I mean, hell, it's just as easy to just go ahead and wash it than it is to put it in the dishwasher, but we have the dishwasher and we got the things to use in it. So every now and again, saving on a plate or two here and there, or some silverware. I'm not mad about that. That's something a dishwasher can handle. But I still give everything a good once over before it goes in the dishwasher. It's basically clean already. And I think that's the best way that's the way a dishwasher's supposed to work. But some jackass somewhere along the way said, oh, you know what? I'm gonna make a commercial with somebody putting a pan with an entire cake in it, which is crazy. Put a whole ass cake in the pan, in the dishwasher. That's crazy people do stuff like that. But that commercial is single-handedly responsible for dishwashers breaking down, things clogging on the back end, because you think, oh, just because I use these fucking Cascade whatever things, that I can put a whole, well, I'm not putting a cake in there. I'm not putting a whole cake in there. That's what they'll think. So anything else I put in there must be cool. So long as it's not an entire cake. You gotta like give it a once over and wipe off any stuck on residue before it goes in there. Right. There's that. And I think that's the only dishes. I'll wash that fork whenever I'm done with that. There ain't no telling. I might end up eating the rest of that rice and gravy when I get done with this shit. Make sure to get all the soapy soap off of this area before we start messing around with that cast iron right here. All right. And I say this probably every time I go to clean the cast iron. I love making a gravy at the end because the gravy cleans the skillet for you. All that nasty, gunky stuff that you would have to get the steel wool out and scrub off with all that elbow grease. Just gets cooked up into the gravy. And with just a nice little rinse. And use your hands. You see I'm touching this with my hands? Like, use your hands when you're cleaning this thing. Like, feel it. It should feel smooth and slick. It should feel smooth and slick. You should feel no resistance on this. I don't even really need to, but I'm gonna just give it a nice little once over with the steel wool. But it's clean. There's nothing in it. Nice rinse. And on the outside there's a little bit. There's that side. And there's that side. And now you got a nice smooth cast iron skillet. Nice and smooth. Now, before I go back on the stove with that, where's that? That'll work. Just a little quick cleanse. There it is. There's that. All right. Now, the final step. Low heat to dry out the skillet. I mean, I got a little rice and gravy here. What'll it hurt? The bottom of the rice and the bottom of the gravy. Let's see how it turns out. Perfect. we're gonna pork chops, shilling, rice and gravy. Now, it's 11 o'clock. If we haven't gotten the bat signal yet, it ain't coming. So, looks like we're going to play some games. But let's tell you what. I lose right here. I got a hit in the head. I don't want y'all coming into the bathroom listening to me piss. All right. So let's, I mean, this is just a couple of, almost dropped it. All right. Okay. I think that's it. The kitchen looks cleaner than it was when I got here. That's always my goal. There it is. My buddy Gino's brother was on Rogan today. I don't know if you guys watch a channel called The Y Files. AJ Gentile, my buddy Gino Gentile of Speedweed, his brother was on today. Text him to see if he was in Austin. I'm going to leave that on. All right. Can I one trip all of this? I think I can, because this can go in the pocket. These can go in one hand, and this, can go in the other hand. We come over here and turn off the light. There we go. This is a better angle. The hell was that? Y'all hear that? The hell was that? The hell was that? Somebody plotting against me? What was that? Boy, can't even walk to your bedroom without having somebody plotting against you. How awful. How awful is that? I don't want to get plotted against. Somebody plotting against you. All right. Let me see. This is going to be... right. There's that. So now I can unplug this guy. Hold tight. We're back. Get this up here. Like that. Put this guy away. Holy smokes. Plotting against me. Okay, let me show you this. You see here, whenever I'm done, I have two cables for two different phone chargers in here. So this, you see it's bent down. I go ahead and feed it through this side like that. You see it filling up there. And then when it gets full up, I give it a little loop around here like that. And then push the rest of this through. And then another loop around. And just like that. And there's there's that, and then this goes back in here where it lives. I'm feeling a little bit of now these are off. This is 100% charged. My Bose headphones. These are the best. It's called the Bose Sound Sport Plus. My floors do got the creak. I got those sometimes I'll get the flip-flop feet, you know, and you'll hear the That's what y'all wanted. I know that. I know that's what y'all are here for. Now, get this out of my pocket. Yeah. Okay. And these are ready to go in there. This guy can come over here and chill. And now let's get our stream set up. What's a good title? This will be part 22, number 373. Let me think. Am I the greatest archer in Cyrodiil? Surely I'm the greatest archer in Cyrodiil. Like, that's basically like confirmed, right? Okay, let me get this up here, Frankie. Now let's see over here where that is. That looks good. Right there. It's got some of my hair on it. Oh yeah, there we go. That's nice right there. If you got them spots you can't reach good, get you one of them back scratchers. You know what I'm talking about? Get you one of them back scratchers. It'll. This is a good one too. Oh man, it's nice. Anyhow. Oh no. this? Oh, this thing the handle come unwrapped. Get that grip down there, and that's right. There you go. Now we can. And to wrap the handle back up, it come unraveled on the end. We don't want that. There. Okay, Frankie, you good? You good where you at? Frankie's happy. Frankie's happy over here. All right. Let's change it to greatest Oblivion archer ever? Question mark. Now that's a better title. Remastered. What's up, Velvet? Hell yeah, what's up, Velv? And it is officially 11/11. One more word from our sponsors here. And then I believe we are prepared to dive into our next venture here. I gotta cut this mic off. Did my therapy from here today. It was a nice, I had to explain, hey, if you see me looking here, I'm looking at you here. My camera's here, but you're here. So just, if you see me not making eye contact with you, I'm looking at you here. Nami! I've been watching so much Cheers lately, dude. You forget how funny. Dude, Coach was such a funny character, man. Rest in peace. Coach was so funny. Such a nice show, man. But yeah, you just forget how, like, he was just that, like, kind of dim-witted, silly, and Woody picked right up where Coach left off, you know? Yeah, Woody picked right up where he left off. Okay. So I am in scene. I don't need scene yet. I need stage left right now. Yeah, and that was Kelsey Grammer's first. And it's cool. I like Cheers a lot because you get to see my name anywhere cool. And I just seeing Kelsey Grammer. Like, whenever somebody would be like, your name's Kelsey? And I'm like, yeah, like Kelsey Grammer. And they're like, oh, okay. Because Frasier was still on TV when I was growing up. And, Yeah, Frasier was a great show. It's a commitment, though. Cheers and Frasier both were a pretty huge commitment. Like, Cheers is 11 seasons. And there's like a lot of episodes each season. And Frasier, I believe, went for longer than Cheers did, didn't it? Didn't Frasier go for like 13 or 4, like a long, how long was Frasier on air? How many seasons of Frasier? 11 seasons. So Frasier and Cheers were both 11 seasons. That's hilarious. Yeah, it's cool seeing my name up on a thing like that. All right, we are on there. My mic's not coming through. It's time. It's time. I'm going to go ahead and double check one last time. Greatest Oblivion Archer ever, remastered. And we are live, pork chops. So we will get here in details. And customization, get ready for the redirect. And now we go over here, bam. Started streaming on the other thing. How delicious. I'm gonna wait until we get right through the oh, Duck Dynasty, dude. Phil Robertson died. The RIP to the great Phil Robertson, man. What a guy. Oh, let me a little bit louder than usual because I couldn't hear the therapy lady too good. Phil Robertson was great. Duck Dynasty was a good show. I bonded with my dad over that show, you know? I'm acting like the mic's here. It's here. I could probably just hold this guy here for now since we got everything we need ready. I can switch this to stage right. And we are going to we're going to transfer everybody over here in just a minute. But you guys get to see what I do. And I've already had a little word from our sponsors with you guys already. So I would usually take this time to do that. Have to time it right whenever you get it to make it. A lot of people like Sons of Anarchy. I wasn't a huge Sons of Anarchy fan. It was all right, but I wasn't crazy about it. I got a little something in my... Got it. Got it. Breakfast. Not supposed to drink wine for breakfast. Wait in line for breakfast. Better stay away from my All right, now let's go up here to redirect. Greatest Oblivion Archer ever, remastered, save. Plant a seed, watch us sprout breakfast. And if you hear me, then holler out breakfast. Happy to pay for breakfast. Change my name to breakfast. Don't make enough time for breakfast. Wait for the right moment, and then better stay away from my breakfast. God for breakfast. And then the intro rolls. You missed the gravy, Rhino? But that's okay, because we got more gravy coming here in Cyrodiil. Boy, I'm going to be making gravy with my bow and arrow all over Cyrodiil. So here's what's going to happen. We got about 50 seconds, 45 seconds left on this intro right here. So that's about how much time it's going to take for y'all to flip over there once I verify here for sure that I have got the redirect correctly done, and I do. And then now we have 25 seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and end this right here. I will see you guys in just a second. Like this video. Holy smokes. Oh, yeah. About the TV shows.